watching ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. Exploration of surface and groundwater resources will contribute to national development, Ministry of Land, Water and Environment says. Meeting with Youth Workers Organization in Massawa. At least 11 people dead in bus blast in Mali. Europe's biggest economy, Germany, predicted to shrink in 2023. In our domestic news, the Ministry of Land, Water and Environment indicated that the exploratory research on surface and groundwater resources has significant contribution in the national development programs. Mr. Samara Berhe, Head of Exploration and Information of Water Resources at the Ministry, said that immediately after independence, strong effort has been exerted to identify surface and groundwater resources in the country. Mr. Samara went on to say that since Eritrea is located at the Sahel-Sahara region, its water resource is limited and receives sporadic rainfall, and every year it collects over 2 million cubic meters of water from rain and streams. Mr. Samara also said that in the past 30 years of independence, as part of the study to ensure water supply to household consumption, industry and others, over 2,250 boreholes have been dug, and currently research on groundwater resource is being carried out in 90 areas across the country. Mr. Samara also called on the public to judiciously use the water resources and conduct soil and water conservation activities for the safety and sustainability of the dams in their areas. The chairman of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, Mr. Salah Ahmed Din, met with the Youth Workers Organization in the port city of Massawa, focusing on strengthening organizational capacity and participation in national development programs, indicating that effective implementation of programs could not be realized without active participation of the youth in general and that of youth workers in particular. Mr. Salah called on the youth workers to strengthen organizational capacity and understand and document their history and underpin participation in national affairs. Mr. Salah also said that our nation could not stand without national identity and that the history of Eritrea and its people is a living testimony of this. The youth workers on their part expressed appreciation to the meeting as it created a platform whereby experience was shared and further expressed conviction to reinforce participation in organizational capacity and participation in the national development programs. 4 administrative areas to the east of Adghayah subzone are conducting successful soil and water, road renovation activities through popular campaign. The 118-kilometer dirt road connecting San'afa with Moko that are now under renovation had been damaged due to excessive flooding and was rendered inaccessible for vehicles, further hampering daily economic activities of the residents. In calls he made for the successful completion of the task at hand, Mr. Abdullah Ahmed, administrator of Galo district, said the use of heavy-duty machineries and making available construction materials could greatly support the effort. The dirt road under renovation connects the town of San'afa to the east with the villages of Melhadga, Golo, Merbeb, Abagara, and Asad and Morob, respectively. That was our domestic news. Please stay tuned now for the international right after the short break. An explosion killed at least 11 people in a bus in central Mali today, a region regularly rocked by jihadist violence, according to police and local sources. The bus was struck by a blast on the road between Bandiagara and Gondaka in the Mopti area in the early afternoon, a security source said. Mali is struggling with a long jihadist insurgency that has claimed thousands of lives and forced hundreds of thousands from their homes. Mines and improvised explosive devices, the IEDs, are among the jihadists' weapons of choice. They can explode on impact or be detonated remotely. A report by the UN mission in Mali, MINUSMA, found that as of August 31, mines and IEDs had caused 72 deaths. Most of the victims are soldiers, but a quarter are civilians. It's sad. The German government yesterday slashed its growth forecast for this year and predicted that Europe's biggest economy would shrink in 2023 as it deals with the fallout from Russia's war in Ukraine, including Moscow cutting off natural gas supplies. The economy minister said it expects Germany's gross domestic product to grow by 1.4% this year and then decline by 0.4% next year. In late April, it had forecast 2.2% growth in 2022 that would accelerate to 2.5% next year. The main reason for the revision of the economic forecast was the Russian gas cutoff and resulting high energy prices. The economy minister said those high prices are driving inflation, weighing on industrial production, and expected to reduce household use. The German government predicted average inflation of 8% this year and 7% next year, a rate that is said would be significantly higher without a so-called gas price break that it plans to introduce to keep energy bills for households and businesses under control. Please stay tuned now for a recap of tonight's headlines. Exploration of surface and groundwater resources will contribute to national development. Meeting with Youth Workers Organization in Massawa. At least 11 dead in bus blast in Mali. Europe's biggest economy, Germany, predicted to shrink in 2023. That was our news. It is good night from us.